Welcome to another video where modifying the Jimny again. Yes, I know, there are a couple of other cars that need things doing as well, but, the Jimny's fresh and new and we've got great ideas for it, so we're tackling some of the smaller things. We're moving on to one of the bigger things now, and this is, an oversight on Suzuki's part. Now, it's got a whole host of great innovations and styling cues. I mean, it's got upright pillars so that the roof can take more weight. It's got retro aesthetics. It's got a front passenger seat that can slide and fold flat to give you more room so that you can sleep there. But the one oversight is that they didn't give you illumination for the gear selector on the automatic. And that makes things a little tricky when the sun goes down. You see, as soon as you're trying to move away, you really need to actually count clicks. It would be a lot more effective if there was a light to guide you on your path. So, Jimny Wild to the rescue again. Jimny Wild is a South African company, jimnywild.co.za, not a paid promotion. We're just liking what they've done so far. They provide us with, an LED strip that you can install underneath here and actually illuminate it. It's not an expensive part. Suzuki, why didn't you put this in? It does require a little bit of electrical wizardry in that to hook it up, but they have given you, some connectors so that you can bridge to, wires that you need to bridge to. We are going to remove a few of the panels here. It is a little more intricate, so let's walk you through the process. One of the first things we need to do is remove this console surround here. It's held in with 4 little clips. One down here, one over there, and one and one. Now these just pull out, and if you've got fairly strong fingernails you can do it, but you may need the assistance of a screwdriver. Be careful though, these can break, so just pull out the head and then you can pull out the rest of the clip. We're going to pop those in over there so that we don't lose them. That's the other one out. Now let's move over to this side. Actually, I think this is why Sarah wanted me to do it, so that she doesn't wreck her nails. Can't blame the girl. Those things are expensive. Guys, we don't have a 400, 500, 600 rand a month expense like that. This one's going to require a little more persuasion. With the clips out of the way, this will now pop out. Okay, we slide it out and over. Okay, so the plate isn't on this section. We can put this one side. That's going to go in the back for the meantime. This is the piece that is going to get the LED strip underneath. Now we have a few clips. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are little tabs that need to be lifted very carefully away from their anchors and clipped away. Okay, there we go. Great stuff. Alright, it's not going to come over the gear lever here, but we should be able to work with it almost upside down. And we're going to stick it over there. Now, it's not the most level place. Yeah, it's not the most level place to stick something, but we're going to see how we can secure it down. Those are all the letters over there. So here is the LED strip. It is a rather thin, flexible piece of semiconductor, and it has the LEDs on them. Okay, so that is going to stick down. We've got some translucent tape over here, and then we're just going to stick it down and we'll run the wires out the back. They have given us some additional foam pieces. Not sure what that is for. Like I say, the instructions aren't the clearest. So it's a little fiddly working upside down like this. I don't doubt that we would be able to remove the gear selector and make life a lot easier. Not the best method of securing it, if I'm perfectly honest, and I'm hoping it's going to stay in place. It does seem to be a respectable piece of two-sided tape here, but this goes down, on the LEDs. So we found the easiest to work with is actually to have things upside down here. You just need to line up the LEDs with the letters, and that's a little bit tricky when working upside down. Press it down over the numbers there. We're not going to be too harsh with it, but we're going to try and get as much real estate in contact with the plastic underneath as possible. I think we should try test it. Okay, black on black, red on red. Alright, so let's get this orientation right and get it back in the clip so we can start the reassembly process. So there are locating pins on either side here. There we go. Through the center, and pressing on the shift lock will allow you to shift the gears and just ensure that, well, it's not fouling anywhere. Okay, so the lighting side of things is done now. Now we need to route the wiring. Let's take a look at where we're going to route it. Okay, so this wiring, we're going to send it pretty much along with this wiring down here through this plastic panel at the back here. It then needs to go round behind the cubby hole to the fuse box which sits underneath here, and an earthing point which sits behind this panel here. So we are going to send the wiring through. We should have enough length here to be able to go under there and bring it around to this side, but we need to get this panel off. In order to get this off, we need to remove this stepsil. Now, if you can get your fingers in underneath there, you'll be able to pry it off. It is just clipped in, but do be careful. Take your time, get one clip at a time. You don't need to get it all the way off, you just need to lift it so that this one can come out. Then, there is a little screw that holds it back there. It is a plastic screw, so also take some care. This screw over here needs to be undone. We've loosened it a little bit, and we can get the rest of it off with our fingers. Made a lot easier if you're not filming. Here where the glove box edging meets this kick panel, just pull it away slightly. There is a clip there. There we go. And then at the bottom, another clip. And this whole kick panel will come away. With that out of the way, it exposes this screw. We're going to use this as our negative point. The positive is, well, they recommend using one of the fuses up top in the fuse panel here. We'll include a diagram of that so that you can see which one to use. Alternatively, if you're a little more adept, you can use the bridging blocks that they provide for you and tap into some of the, well, accessory lighting that switches on. So we've routed the cable round the back behind the carpeting and brought it out here. We are going to place a little lug on the end of the negative wire, which is the red and black one, and then what we'll do is we'll either connect it to this earth point here, and I see there is another one there. Keeping it as short as possible is of course better. So let's put a lug on there, and then that fuse is up in there. Now, while I do not like bridging fuses ordinarily, it should work, and it prevents us having to actually cut into the original wiring. Okay, we're looking to go in here. It's a 10mm screw, so let's get our ratchet. You don't need to undo it all the way. We just need to undo it far enough so that we can get our lug over it. Hold it in place and we do up the nut. Okay, it's a little fiddly to get in there, so we're going to show you some photos of that now. And once you're done with that, you can then put all the little trim panels back, and as the Haynes manual would say, assembly is the opposite of disassembly. So, just follow the steps, ensure that any little screws that you've taken out have been tightened up nicely. Don't over tighten them, but just that they're snugged up nicely, and then test the system. Hopefully there shouldn't be a fire. Bingo! Now I don't think it's going to light up individually showing you which gear you've selected, but that's why you've got a dash display. I like that. There's no fire, wires aren't getting hot. It's an LED, it consumes so little electricity and amperage as is. I like that. That is a fantastic little upgrade, a little fiddly in places, but an excellent, excellent upgrade. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you really like this video, share it with your mates.